What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. On today's episode, we're going to be working on a couple of vivariums, animal cages, getting some cool plants and stuff like that. And then after we're all done with that, I'm going to be introducing you to a few of the animals. So if you're curious to see the snakes and everything like that, stay tuned and check it out. Today we went and picked up a bunch of cool plants for the lychees cage. Kind of went overboard, and yeah, I don't think I'll fit all of these in there, but we'll get some of them in there. Let me show you what we got. If I can not drop all of these. So here we got this little Markgravia. They're like a type of vine. They're super cool. They get pretty big. They'll take over the background of his cage a lot. I don't know how well you can see that, hopefully good. But so that'll be pretty cool. We got this, I'm not 100% sure what it is. I think it's a Cebu Blue pothos cutting, but it's hard to tell when it's this small and when you're not very good with plants like I am. So also don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. I don't really care, so shut up. Got this sweet begonia. I think this will look sick like in front of the main log in his cage. And then we got these two cool little ferns. These things are pretty different. So these will be sick. I don't know if these will go in his cage or not, but we will see. Then I got this oak leaf creeping fig. So this thing's another little vining thing. And this will probably go crazy. I'll probably have to trim it all the time, but that'll look really good in there. And we got this cool liverwort moss. You guys can see this. This will cover the log and parts of the background and stuff. And this moss is cool because in the past I've used ones that grow all bushy and they don't end up looking that good. This one is like super thin. Does not grow very thick. So hopefully this does really good in there and covers the logs. And then last but not least, I've been super excited for these for quite a while. And these, I'm going to put them in the lychees cage, but I don't know. He might smash them a little bit, so I might end up having to take them out. If I do, they'll probably just eventually go in the greenhouse. But you guys know orchids. These are miniature orchids. So there's a bunch of species of orchids that stay tiny, and they're the cutest, coolest little things ever. Like, look at this one. It's obviously not flowering, so it probably doesn't look that cool, but it is like the size of my finger. This thing's tiny, and they all grow different looking flowers and stuff, so they will be sweet. This one's a little bit bigger. It's not flowering either. If you can see that, that'll be pretty sick in there. And then we got this one. This one's the biggest. It might end up outgrowing his cage, but that's all right. And this one is flowering, so you can see how pretty the flowers are. And this thing is sick. I've been super excited with these for a minute. So we will get all these put in the lychees cage and it will look sick. So we got all these plants in this vivarium all done. You guys can see how that turned out. I think it turned out pretty sweet. You can see the mini orchids are awesome. Got a little bromeliad in the back. We got all this moss. Got the little begonia down here doing good. And let this stuff grow, just kind of take over the ground and parts of the sticks. And then the only thing I'm worried about is back here. I think the background's gonna get really dry. So I bought another one of these misting nozzles here. And I think I'm gonna hook it up here somewhere and have it just spray the background. That way all this moss does really good and takes over. So hopefully that works. But the other problem we got with this cage now is I don't know if I want to put the lychee in it anymore. Because he's in this one right now and he kind of makes a mess. He just poops a lot and he kind of tramples plants and stuff. And now I'm starting to like this one so much. I don't know if I want him destroying it. So I might make another cage that's just practical for him to live in. And I might use this one for something else, you know. We're going to need a lot of geckos and stuff for the greenhouse. So, I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. We'll decide later. And then Tiffany is over here working on this. We're trying to get the hognose's cage already because this is what he's in right now. We're going to upgrade him to a much bigger cage and do a little bioactive style cage. Try to have some plants and stuff in it. So hopefully this turns out pretty sweet. We're just trying to decide how we want to do the background and how she wants to arrange all the sticks and stuff to make it look nice and natural. I think we're going to try to use this, what is this, the Bio Dude Terra Sahara dirt and see how that works. I've never used it before, but looks good. So this is what we're working on at the moment. So you guys ready to meet all the animals? This is our reptile room. We got most of our cages in here. You can see we got one more that's not in here, but we'll start over here. This is nothing. We just built this. And then this is the lychee gecko's cage, Leachianus gecko, but he is nocturnal. You can see him hiding in this little log maybe if you zoom in there. Unfortunately, I made a mistake and I built this log into the background of his cage, so I can't remove it. So if he does not choose to come out of there, then he does not come out of there. So that's one of the reasons I'm building him a new cage, so I can actually like get him out when I want to. But maybe tonight, if he comes out, if we're lucky, I'll get a video of him so you guys can see him. And then we got this right here. This is the Western hognose cage. This is Tiffany's hognose. He is a sassy little shit, but he is very cute. So let's see. Do you know where he's at about?
He's probably under here.
Let's see if we can get him out.
Nope.
Yep, he's right there. See, so he likes to bury himself up in here. We also already got him out once today, so he's probably going to be very cranky. You can see his little tail. He gets mad and tries to act like a rattlesnake. Ooh. See, so this guy's pretty cool. He is probably going to get a little bit bigger than this, but not a lot bigger. He is a male, so the females obviously get quite a bit bigger. And he's being pretty cool right now. Normally he is super sassy, but these snakes make awesome beginner pets. If you guys want a smaller snake or just getting into snakes, they don't need high humidity. So if you're like me and you're in Utah, this makes a very simple pet to take care of versus the other ones that need higher humidity. Makes caging and housing a lot easier. And honestly, these guys are just awesome. He does, I doubt he'll do it, but sometimes if you get him wedged against something, he does this little caterpillar move. Like squishes his body like a caterpillar. But, oh, see, he scared me. He's like the sassiest little thing, but we've already bothered him a lot today, so probably won't bother him too much more. Just let him go in peace. I'll fix that in a minute. But so that's his cage, and he is also getting an upgrade. That other cage we've been working on is his other cage, or his new cage. And then you can see this rack over here. It's a mess right now, don't worry about it. But these are all isopods that we're breeding. We use isopods in our bioactive setups, and we're also going to use them in the greenhouse just to help us decompose and clean up waste and stuff. So these are our little setups. Our colonies are going crazy right now. So I need to split this one up actually. This one's got like 1 million babies in it. But so we're breeding these guys, like I said, for the greenhouse. But we also use them in all of our bioactive cages. They help, I don't know, they help clean the cage and clean up animal poop and stuff like that and break down waste. And then these two big cages, these are the python cages, but we got one more to show you and then we'll come back in here and get to them. Okay, and then this one here is our dart frog setup. This is Dendrobates auratus, our Highland bronze dart frogs. I threw some fruit flies in there hoping they would come out, but they probably will not. So hopefully sometime later I can get a video of them. But this one is one we're going to do a bunch of work to soon. I'm probably going to completely redo it, take out the soil and everything, because it's been here for a long time. When I originally built this, I didn't put a drain in the bottom, so the bottom just fills up with water. It's like a pain in the ass. So we were probably going to redo this soon, but yeah, other than that, not really a lot to see because they're all hiding. You can see it's kind of a mess right now. Yeah, frogs like to hide. They come out to eat pretty much. And other than that, I only see them every now and then. So that's it for this one. All right, so this is our scrub python. It is an Indonesian barneck scrub. She's a super cool snake that I'm super, super happy to have. And she's, I don't know, how old do you think she is? She's like, yeah, maybe somewhere close to a year. She's not very old. She was super mean when we first got her, like super mean. But she's chilled out a lot. She's still really hard to get out of the cage. Oh, she's not. Normally she hangs out in this little wire up there in the back, and it's like impossible to get her off. But she's actually not on there right now, so probably won't be too bad. She might pee on me though. And she's still a little bit feisty, but she's not too bad. So there's always a... So I gotta be careful getting her out, not because she bites, but because she pisses all over me. And I don't really feel like having to wash myself right now. See, so she's being pretty cool right now. Doesn't look like she's gonna pee on me. But yeah, so this is an Indonesian barneck scrub python. Scrubs are, I believe, the 5th largest snake in the world, but that's typically referring to the Australian scrubs. They get a lot bigger than the Indonesians. So these are a very slender python. She will most likely get somewhere between 9 and 14 feet, most likely like 9 feet, 10 feet, but very slender. They stay super skinny like this. Like you guys can see, she doesn't look very big at all. And she's probably like in between 4 and 5 feet long. It's hard to tell until she stretches out, but she's got this cool velvety look. This is like one of the softest snakes. And you can see cool little stripes. They got like one of the prettiest faces, I think. And they're a very intelligent snake. They're known for being like super sassy and super mean. You can see she's pretty cool. So I don't know. I love her and I cannot wait for her to get big. She's kind of a picky eater, refuses meals every now and then, but for the most part, she is not too bad. So this is her. She's gonna be getting a new cage soon. This is a 4 foot by 2 foot by 1 foot tall cage. And I'm gonna do a 6 foot by 2 foot tall cage so I can do some more branches and stuff in because she likes to climb a lot. So for now, she's gonna be in here, but before too long, I'm probably gonna get her another cage. Check out her sick water dish.
Kitty's old water.
Yeah, super cool snake. Like I said a million times, I'm super excited to have her. And then last but not least, you guys ready to see Kitty? Big snake. So where is she at? She's over here. So she is super cool. She's like the nicest snake ever. She's the one that if people bring their kids over and stuff, I let them play with her. But she is super food aggressive. So get the hook just to be safe and just touch her on the head and let her know. I got her hook trained, so just touch her with the hook, let her know she's not being fed. Because watch, if I open this, she might fly out at me. Yeah, see, she thinks she's being fed right now. She's hoping she's being fed. So she's about to get me. But just got to let her know. Nope. Not feeding time, kitty. Cool it. And then after that, she's usually pretty cool. I think she's hungry. So she ate a big rabbit and then she went immediately into shed. So she hasn't eaten for like, what, 2.5 weeks or something. She's pretty hungry right now. But for those of you that don't know about her, she is a reticulated python. They are the biggest snake in the world. Technically, anacondas can weigh more than retics. But retics definitely get longer, and in captivity, sometimes they weigh more too. She is fighting me, doesn't want to come out right now. She can be a handful. Sometimes they just got to get inside of the cage, you know? And she is far from full grown too. She's about 2 years old. Oh my gosh. Kitty, you monster. All right, I got her. All right, so she is about 2 years old. She's probably somewhere between 11 and 12 feet and about 25 pounds. She is probably going to end up getting somewhere between 18 and 20 feet, and she could get close to 200 pounds. So females get a lot bigger, which she is. Oh God, where is she going? And she is just too big for this small little room. But yeah, this is Kitty. I got her from Nerd and Kevin McCurley. And she is a platinum motley tiger het albino. Look at this. She has got me like completely twisted up right now. She's being crazy right now, but she really is like the least aggressive snake. She's usually like the most calm snake. Like I said, if people's kids come over, this is the one they play with because she's not reactive and she's not mean at all. She's never struck, never done anything like that. So she is everybody's favorite, of course, because she is massive, but where is she at? Look at that face. Such a cool snake. So someday, this cage right here is an 8x3 and I think 30 inches tall. So this is a big ass cage. And someday, probably before too long, she's gonna end up getting an even bigger cage. So awesome snake, but definitely not recommended for most people to keep for obvious reasons. They get massive. It's expensive to buy cages like this. It's difficult to take care of a massive snake. And if you got an aggressive one, didn't know what you're doing, it could be like super dangerous. So not recommended, but definitely a cool species if you are willing to do that. And you got to remember too, if you get a snake like this, you got to feed it. So she's eating rabbits and pigs right now. And it's hard locally to find rabbits and pigs. So sometimes I have to spend a lot of money to order stuff in bulk online. I have a whole deep freezer that's just for her food. It's honestly a pain in my ass, but it is worth it because retics are my absolute favorite snake. I'd like to have more, but with space they take up, it's just not really realistic at the moment. But yeah, at least you guys, she just shed, so at least you guys get to see her when she's all nice and pretty and shiny. But I wish I could take her outside. It's winter time right now. If we could take her out, you guys could see this awesome rainbow sheen that she gets on her. But she is a super cool snake. Forgive me if I'm out of breath. It is tiring holding her sometimes. But yeah, that is it for the animal collection though, guys. Hopefully tonight I can show you the lychee, but I make no promises on that. So. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and then if you want to see the hognose cage get finished and the other vivarium, hit the notifications bell to see when we post the next video. And yeah, that's it. Have a Merry Christmas.